libreng pagbibigay ng on-the-job training sa mga piling propesyon. Makibahagi. Let's talk about career.
Hello, good afternoon at nandito na naman po tayo sa Let's Talk About Career. Ako po si Magaru at nandito po ako ngayon solo kung saan pag-uusapan po natin ang tungkol sa iba't ibang mga industry and particularly this afternoon, ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa BPO and shared services. But before that, maraming salamat po sa nakinig sa amin for the last episode kung saan sobrang dami po nanonood online. At ngayon, i-discuss ulit natin kung ano pa yung mga job openings for this week since sa sobrang dami po mga nag-a-apply ng trabaho, makakapulot po kayo ng mga bagong job openings kung saan nakapanood din po kami sa online sa www.radiouno.com.ph at sa lahat po ng gustong sumali sa aming mga sa talakayan this afternoon, pwede silang mag-text sa 0998-975-1368 at sa mga gusto pong tumawag sa landline, we have 861-6947. At sa mga naka-smartphones naman po, pwede silang mag-download sa www.amfmph.com. Okay, so sa pamagitan po ng www.radiouno.com.ph, binabati ko po lahat ng mga nanonood sa amin, live stream sa iba't ibang bansa. At sa mga, ulitin ko po ang aming text line, 0998-975-1368. Okay. Binabati ko rin po si Grace Nicolas kung saan, busy-busy po ang ating kasamahan si Grace Nicolas na hindi po, nakikinig po sila ngayon. Binabati ko po ang lahat ng nasa Paradiso sa Pampanga, lahat po ng mga nakikinig sa Bulacan kung saan minsan nila live stream po ng barangay captains yung career orientation and career talk at dito sa aming programa kung saan marami po ang napupulot na aral at mga job openings po dito sa aming programa. So maraming salamat po sa mga nakinig lahat. At ngayon, nakikita niyo po sa live stream ang aking kasama. So sa mga nakikinig po, ipakikilala ko po kung sino po yung makakausap natin ngayon kung saan i-discuss po natin ang BPO industry, ang shared services at ang iba't ibang mga job openings, ano pa yung meron dito sa industry na to, ano pa po yung mga pwede nating matutunan kung saan baka akala nyo pwede kayong mag-apply or pwede kayong mag-shift ng career. Like for example, ako, I'm also part of the shared services industry. I think I have more than around 7 or 8 years experience and still in shared services industry. Kaya masyado makaka-relate ako ngayon sa usapin namin this afternoon. Okay, and ulitin ko po ulit ang ating text jock 0998-975-1368 sa landline 861-6947 www.radiouno.com.ph para sa mga naka-livestream at online this afternoon. Okay, so hindi ko na papatagalin, pakikilala ko na ang ating guest na maraming salamat sa pagpapaunlak sa ating invitation this afternoon. Kaya ngayon, ang kasama ko ay mayroong more than around 14 years of solid experience in procurement and strategic sourcing from multinational companies in various industries of manufacturing, banking, business, process, outsourcing, and shared services. Masyadong mabigat yon, pero nandito ngayon si Miss Zelle Ochoco Laceda. Laceda, maraming salamat. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Ayan. So, Zelle, hindi ko alam kung paano sisimulan yung show, pero alam ko na meron kang experience marami kang experience sa shared services, and bigyan mo kami ng background kung paano ka nagsimula at paano ka nagsimula dito sa BPO industry.
Okay. So, mahabang usapan.
Oo. Yung mabilisan lang sa kayong
Sige.
Pwede nating
So I guess I have to start with how I really ended up doing this shared service, no? I started working for a bank immediately when I graduated from college. So engineering. Basically, I don't, like anyone else here, I'm sure they can relate, they don't know what to do with their career. So I took my industrial management engineering, and for the purpose that it's the only thing I think that's very general, right? And I took on the banking role because my mom was working for a bank. Again, very much confused. No, I really don't know what my career ladder will be.
Okay.
So I took a step to take my master's degree full time sa UP. And still, it's an MBA program. Again, very general.
Very
So
general,
I think your listeners will be able to relate to this situation.
Oo, kasi marami din talagang mga fresh graduate who still don't know what to do with their career na natapos yung kanyang undergraduate. Ako, for example, I took also my master's but hindi ko natapos. Pero I don't know what to do with this baccalaureate and degrees,
you will never really figure out what you want to do with your life. Especially when you're in your 20s. There's a lot of opportunities, especially during my days. No? Unlike now, there's a lot of avenue where you want to explore your right side of the brain or your left side of your brain. So many options. So during my time, and I would probably few years, I will not say how long that was.
Recently lang.
But I guess when I graduated from my masters, it was more of a, let's say, accidental. But I guess it's backed up by prayers that please let me know what I should do. We were invited, my friends were invited to join the Zelle Corporation.
Okay.
And we were like the pioneering for a senior buyer position. So that started my procurement career. At that time, I was very reluctant because I thought I'll be pursuing finance.
Yeah.
But then it was an exposure for purchasing. So like any other purchasing professional, you started as a buyer and then worked my way. I was fortunate to be identified as the pioneer for a global commodity role. Then I got an exposure and an opportunity to work in the States for 3 years being a global commodity manager, which usually the position is held by the corporate or American. It's the first Filipina. That alone, being the commodity and the buyer, and then when I came back and worked for Teletech, which is a new upcoming call center at that time, I was tasked to help set up their purchasing department. That gave another feel. It's setting up something from the ground.
Okay.
Now, as anyone else who probably is in the middle of their procurement career may find that suddenly there's no way to go. So what is it after this? They probably did a lot of roles inside procurement, and there are many. And I had the same confusion and dilemma. So where do I go after that? And the opportunity came in when I was invited to join Philips Semiconductors before they were starting their shared services organization in Manila, and I have no idea what that is. I mean, I don't have an idea. And then it was also based all the way in Calamba. So you can imagine 60 kilometers one way every day.
So tinanggap mo?
Yes, and I guess anybody at that time would probably say no because of the location. But I have a different think about the whole thing. I said, this I feel is an investment, something I don't know. So see, even if you feel like you owe to yourself a better salary, a better experience, there's a point in your life where you have to still invest. Like any other who would go for another degree or another master's, you go for an investment as far as what can you learn out of this company and what are they aiming for. So that's what my thinking was when I decided to just get it, grab it, and see how it goes. Because at that time, Shell had just started a shared service for procurement. A good friend of mine now was managing that, and also at that time is Procter & Gamble. So very few, very new. So I said, I'll do this. The experience was really very great because no one knows. It's all ground zero. So you could just imagine I was learning as I go along. No, as you know, there's no training on shared service. There's no association.
Oh, kasi 10 years ago,
nothing.
shared services is not really existing.
None. So I had to research. I had to, a lot of observations have to happen. I have to network. All this you have to do for yourself. And I guess anyone who's in a dilemma had to understand that they need to network. They have the intention to grow. And from that, you get all these opportunities to learn more. So it's not given to you just like that, right? So that's where I started. And when I was successfully able to help manage and run the team globally from here, another opportunity came in. I joined Henkel. So another task was to set up the shared service procurement. Again, build the whole team from Asia to North America to involving Latin America to involving even global. And then the opportunity came again, Citibank, to form the shared service, which
You've been going around with various.
Yes, and I will have to tell you that it's very fortunate for me and very essential. And now with Johnson & Johnson for the same reason, that they also want this objective in mind when they want to be to the next competitive level.
So you're more on, are you part of the migration
Yes.
of these entire shared services?
From the ground.
From the ground, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Sige, doon sa mga nakikinig sa atin, ano ba talaga itong shared services? Bakit ba merong shared services? Di ba usually kasi yung mga nag-a-apply ngayon, ang alam na nila is yung mga malalaking corporation,
Yes.
like for example, San Miguel, or we have mga Pilipinas Shell, yung mga malalaking kumpanya na nandito. But now, ano yung meron ngayon sa shared services at bakit nagkakagulo ang mga taong mag-apply dito sa shared services?
Okay. So I have to again say that during the first few years of the shared service, very few understand what a shared service is. No, very few. They thought it's a call center. Like,
So
very tactical, very administrative, very simple task. So when we hire talents, they don't know what to do with it. In fact, I was also trying to figure out how can I make a career ladder out of this.
Yes,
to be honest, because we don't know what's the roadmap for this. No one knows. So right at the time, as a manager, you also have to be conscious about what can you leverage when you have a shared service. Yes, it's tactical. What
That's
can
the
you do
question.
so that to make your people be more involved in a non-tactical activities such as project, migration, let them travel. And then later on, you create more experts. Okay, the shared service then becomes a more expansive organization such that it can accommodate non-tactical or non-transactional activities. It becomes a center of expertise. So then it becomes an opportunity for anyone to have a broader career map.
Pero
Then,
yeah.
it's become very tempting and very motivating and very attractive.
Oo, kasi
There's a career.
Before I joined shared services din, wala akong idea sa shared services. Ang alam ko lang, medyo malaki daw yung sahod. Pero ang sabi naman ng mga iba, yun nga, sabi mo nga, ang call center ay yun yung parang connotation pag sinabing shared services. Pero di ba ang mga call center is also a BPO part of industry. So, ano yung kinaiba ng shared services company na na-establish dito sa Manila compare sa mga usual call centers natin?
Okay. Like what I said, call center, very defined. Ito lang gagawin mo, ito lang, and then may handling time. That's very, very straightforward. And that's my understanding, and very much evident. So there's no possible, not very evident that we can tell you this is your career map. After 3 months, you'll be like this. So very straightforward. A shared service is it's a pool of services in one location and a pool of possibilities. Everyone that starts in a shared service, obviously like finance, starts with a very tactical transactional service, and then when you expand your talents and gain more, and you've established quite a service, you open up other opportunities. Like you put project managers in place, it's an assured service. You put systems expert in place, assured service. You put a programs expert, project expert, people expert in place. Change management, continuous improvement teams, part of a shared service. Can you just imagine that can also exist in other departments, in other companies? So you become like a whole company itself, located centrally and able to provide services to different places.
Okay.
That's what's very good about
So ngayon, bakit ang tanong ng iba, eto, may question si Ruth from Makati, ano pong mga jobs ang pwedeng applyan sa mga shared services?
Endless.
Ayan. Actually, kahit anong profession, pwede mo...
Yes, they're opening up for more mature shared services companies. They've opened up roles like reporting, analytics, change management, process, project managers, aside from buyer sourcing. I could speak about procurement in general. That alone, quite a lot of opportunities there.
Kasi nagtatanong din yung iba, bakit usually dinadala dito sa Manila itong mga jobs na to?
Very good question.
Kasi 'di ba, usually maraming kumpanya, pero ngayon ang daming tatanong, bakit dinadala dito sa Manila ang shared services?
Of course, Filipinos are very talented. No? And it's I mean, it's very obvious to say India also has a good BPO atmosphere, right? But they're more technical, no? They're more famous for being a technical expert. But in the Philippines, the fact that we know how to speak English very well and our fluency in it and how we pronounce it is very good for other countries when they deal with us has been quite an advantage.
Oo, yun nata ang forte natin.
And of course, matatalino mga Pilipino, very resourceful, you know, they go beyond the call of duty, maraming extra mile, the behavior, the attitude, it's a good resource combo.
Yes,
for any shared
sa mga
service.
Pinoy, no?
Yes.
Kaya talaga nandito lahat ng mga trabaho. At ito, may question pa ulit tayo from text. Good afternoon. Ask ko lang po how to have a career growth in BPO. 2 years na po akong agent. No movement so far. Si Alisa ng Pasig. I think
apply in a shared service.
Oo. Kasi
or apply in a more sophisticated BPO. When I say sophisticated, more services being rendered.
Sabi niya agent siya rito. Probably she's involved with the customer service industry, no? Yun, so mag-apply daw sa shared services. At isang question. Okay, salamat kay Alisa ng Pasig. Gagraduate na po ako sa April. Any job vacancy? More power. Let's talk about career from Jane Camacho.
I can speak for my company right now. We have a very active website, the Johnson & Johnson. You can just search for it. There's a career menu there, and then you can search. It's always updated.
Yeah,
so you can see opportunities as far as my company is concerned. Then you can course through that.
O yun, ako mukhang mamaya sisilipin ko rin yung Johnson & Johnson website. Baka may opportunity din for me at saka sa ating lahat, no? Ako kasi personally, masasabi ko na ang environment sa shared services is totally different from the usual. Kasi ako rin nanggaling din ako sa local companies, and itong shared services, it gave me opportunity to, you know, na-develop lahat, personality ko, lahat ng mas na-enhance, mas marami kang natututunan, mas lumalawak yung opportunity to learn. Ayan. Okay, sa ating pagbabalik po, i-announce po natin yung mga job openings at saka marami pa po tayong sasagutin dito sa ating mga text messages at saka sa live stream or sa mga may question po sa landline mamaya, pwede po natin sagutin yan. So magbabalik po ang Let's Talk About Career.
Minahal ni Lolo't ni Lola, nanay at tatay. 80 taon nang nagbibigay ligaya sa mga Pilipino. And for the new generation, introducing the Mini Sweepstakes Game. Ang 5 piso mo may chance ang manalo ng 80,000 pesos sa monthly Mini Sweepstakes draws ng PCSO. Dito sa Mini Sweepstakes Game, 5 piso mo maipanalo. Tickets are now available at the PCSO main office, all PCSO branches, sweepstakes agents, and selected lotto outlets nationwide.
Okay, who wants to solve the problem on the board? Sige, Samora, to the board.
Ay, sorry! Aray, kamay ko!
Sorry, excuse me.
Maraming lugar sa bansa siksikan sa classroom. Kaya ang PAGCOR, katuwang ng gobyerno, ay naglaan ng 5 bilyong piso para magpatayo ng mga classrooms para di na magsiksikan ang mga estudyante. PAGCOR, building lives that build the nation.
Capital Broadcasting Center. DZME 1530. Ang Radyo 1. Alamin ang mga naaangkop na propesyong tatahakin base sa inyong kaalaman at hilig. Career orientation you shouldn't miss in pursuing your dreams. Let's talk about career. Natatanging career orientation na tutulong para sa tamang pagpili ng kurso at propesyon. Let's talk about career. Libreng pagbibigay ng on-the-job training sa mga piling propesyon. Makibahagi. Let's talk about career.
Okay, nagbabalik po ang Let's Talk About Career at kasama ko pa rin si Miss Zelle Ochoco Laceda, ang napaka-expert sa shared services na siya yung best person para pag-usapan ng shared services na to. At saka natutuwa ako kasi meron ako nakakausap ngayon kasi before yung mga industry na napag-uusapan namin, real estate, medyo
close to your heart ba?
Oo, ito medyo close to my heart. So, masarap na pag-usapan. Ngayon, ang pag-usapan naman natin, di ba ang mga nag-aral ng, usually ang mga undergrad naman natin ay marami talagang mga accountant, usually ano yung pinaka-concentration na dinadala dito sa Pilipinas?
Well, so far, but as far as I know, it's finance.
Finance, okay.
HR is getting into the shared service model. So HR, IT,
IT,
right?
so-
Procurement, I said that. Even real estate. Actually, it's
Endless,
there's no limit. No?
There's
But
no
if you
limit.
talk about yung very much prominent, these are the areas. No, so anyway, talking about, you ask me about degrees, no, that they take. No,
mga
are they
degrees.
more on the shared service? First of all, they have to take the degree they think they want for themselves. Not thinking about whether they will be in a shared service environment or a non-BPO setting. That's fine, because as you go through your own life, through your career, and then you try different jobs, you will find out anyway if you're really for a shared service. Because it's also a customer engagement kind of expertise. It's really customers,
it's
you know,
really
right?
customer,
And influence, diba? So they'll figure it out. So regardless, there's no particular degree that we would look for.
Pero itong mga nag-a-apply sa shared services, kailangan ba meron na silang experience prior to joining the shared services?
Well, it depends on the position, first. Secondly, not necessarily, but it's always a plus, again, depending on the position. But for me, who have been hiring people, I don't mind hiring newly grads.
So, mga usually analyst, no?
Yes,
Kasi
yes.
sila yung mga...
Yes, because you still follow a model inside. You cannot get everyone who's so experienced, and then you will have problems managing people and expectations.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the pay in shared services. We're not specifically discussing the specific
amount.
pay, but how is shared services pair with the salary management in salary comparison with other industry?
Oh, that's a tough question. Right? I could be misquoting someone here, but again, from my own knowledge, right?
From your knowledge.
Like any company, okay, if you ask me how is it faring against a call center setup, definitely a shared service is way to go, right? Because you have the benefits, right? Some companies, especially if they have captive, shared service, they have the benefits. And if any third party who's also providing the same services, they have their employees well compensated. It still depends. It still depends on the position. It still depends on but the point of the matter is, when you're starting your career, you're not after the pay agad. I like what I said. You invest. Right? Yan ang pitfall of many young professionals. They go for the pay.
Yun agad.
Yes. So they go company hopping, right? But they ended up happening to themselves they don't have a career to speak with because they have been hopping because of money. But if you're young, get the exposure, get the training. Don't mind too much about the money, although it's important, but be very practical in the sense that you also have an investment. You have to prove something. When you start loving what you do, money will follow. And I'm saying that rewards and compensation follows. And I can speak that 200% with assurance. It will follow. And my people who have worked for me and worked with me understands what I'm saying here.
Okay, eto may question ulit tayo from Chelsea Lopez na Makati. Ask ko lang po, magkano range ng salary sa shared services industry? Eto, sabi ko, kakasabi lang natin, pay agad talaga. Pero, sige, bigyan natin siya ng idea on, siguro hindi range, or ano siguro, paano ba natin
Well,
share?
I can say only for those newcomers, probably I can speak about the range of salary. Okay, if it's an entry level, I guess right now it's around 20 plus at least, the minimum in the shared service and in my own experience. Okay, I'm not speaking for other companies here. Yes, mga 20, 30. It depends on the industry and it depends on the entry position, but that is the usual entry.
Okay, and si Rapi ng Kabit, nice program. Johnson's Baby Powder, ikaw lamang, wala nang iba. Binabati ko po si Joey Wilfredo, Alex at Arsenio. Salamat sa mga nakikinig. Okay, ang question ko naman ngayon is, itong mga shared services, these are just newly established service company dito sa meron na ba tayong mga benefits in terms of mga retirement?
Of course.
Yan, so
yes, of course.
Ayan.
Especially those companies that have their captive shared service, it's still like a department, a group within a company. Like any other department, they're given the same benefits and compensation fairly. Yes, so if the company that you're yeah, for example, Shell for you, I'm sure they have the retirement benefits and so are the others. Yes, it's not because you're in a shared service group in a company you do not have all this. Everyone's fairly given the same benefits.
Oo. And last week na pag-usapan namin prior to this is pre-discussion of what we've discussed. Marami daw nakakapag-travel sa shared services. Bakit merong mga nakakapag-travel at ano yung mga perks na yan sa shared services?
Especially when you're joining a shared service that's being built, all right? Start up, so we call it. Like for me, I always starting a shared service. The people I hire initially would help me do the migration of process.
Yes,
so I have to give them opportunity to be sent to different countries, do a work shadow, and bring it here in Manila or meet the stakeholders. Usually the pioneers have the more opportunities to travel. And then later on, as you grow along, you have customer interactions all the time. So you send them again to their customers on site. So it depends again on the budget. But for me, it always works when you expose your team to their stakeholders and you let them travel. So it's a good benefit. Yeah.
Kasi talagang
You don't understand. You have to understand the business really.
Okay. Ayan, ako, ang dami na sigurong mga interesado na mag-apply sa shared services. At saka, ulitin ko lang po ang ating text, Jack, 0998-975-1368. At sa mga nakikinig po sa atin at nanonood online, nandito po ang www.radiouno.com.ph or sa landline sa mga gusto tumawag 861-6947. Sa mga gusto pong mag-download, www.amfmph.com. Okay. So, from your experience dito sa mga pinagdaanan ng mga industry, ano yung nakita mong pinagkaiba ng mga practices dito sa mga pinagdaanan mong mga companies?
Yeah. So, if I just focus on the shared service companies,
shared
like
services.
Philips is a semiconductor manufacturing. So the exposure of procurement has to deal with lahat, direct materials to indirect materials to all that, no? When I joined Henkel, the same thing sa manufacturing companies, sa FMCG, so I have to deal with direct materials. And when I speak about it, it's the broad of services and the category and especially a broader array of customers you have to deal with, no? When I joined Citibank, it's mostly indirect. Nothing about factories or assemblies or ano. So it's easier in respect of ito lang focus, but it has a different challenges when it comes to dealing with stakeholders. Iba ang environment sa bangko, iba ang customers mo, ibang clients mo, ibang demands. So it has a different feel. You now have to model your operations such that it will fit that, no? And then when now with Johnson & Johnson, a healthcare, we call ourselves a healthcare company. It has that also possibility, the direct and indirect, broader sense. But there's so many divisions, right? So that's another thing that we are currently looking into. And from the different learnings I got, and they also have experience from other companies, when we benchmark, we now have different model. Like, for example, finance shared is different from procurement shared. We're now doing from sourcing up to settle. It's companies right now in a shared service model is now putting that in one end-to-end platform. Hindi na silo.
Oo, hindi lang basta.
See, it's evolving and people they're not just thinking this way. They're more expansive. So they expand the knowledge. So again, we go back, more opportunities, more career ladder, more training, and the list goes on.
Oo. At saka ngayon, hindi lang mga international companies ang nagpo-put up ng mga shared services nila. Like for example, ABS-CBN also has their own shared services. How do you see other local companies? Can they still also do the shared services?
Of course. There's no minimum criteria, I could say, unless of course people, right? To set up a shared service, because the very concept of shared service, not because you're too big already and you have to put a shared service, it's because you want to put you want to provide the service from one location. For example, in a small company that has all these different departments, each one buys their own thing. Like for procurement, I will buy this one. So they deal with different customers, different vendors. For all you know, they're dealing with the same vendor, right? So putting it all together in one location, you're leveraging consumption, so requirements in one place, leveraging therefore discounted pricing, therefore savings, right? And funding, you have one central location of people who has exactly the core expertise. You don't need to assume that, okay, the secretary of the department will do the buying. Yeah. But one group will just do that for you. They have the expertise and they have the focus. So that's what you do. That's why they do that. And in the long run, there's efficiency gain. When you implement compliance, kailangan mo mag-audit. It's one area. You don't need to go through different departments. I can speak about tools. Hindi kailangan lahat may Excel sheet. One tool. About process, hindi kailangan iba-iba ng proseso. One process. So this is streamlining. It's value streaming. And bottom line, it's value for money. It's making the company more efficient and more competitive. That's the real, whether you're small or you're big.
Oo. At saka ngayon, itong shared services, meron kasi yung mga ano yung mga ERP system na ginagamit niyo? Usually sa Johnson & Johnson, ano bang ginagamit?
We have a lot. That's one thing that we're looking to see. It's continuous improvement. Most companies I've dealt with uses this SAP. Some use Oracle. So a lot of sourcing support systems. That's the expert there. But there's a lot of systems that being used, and there are, the point of the matter, you are not operating based on the system. You are operating based on a process, whether you can manually do it or you can automate it. The value of a shared service is because the process stream is very efficient, maayos, konting lag time, mabilis ang service sa dulo, no? So if that can be done manually, then you can.
Yeah.
If it's so, no one needs to be a victim or need to be reliant too much on the system.
So sa mga nag-a-apply sa atin sa shared services industry, usually kasi nagkakaroon, we have these headhunters and direct hiring. Ang Johnson & Johnson ba merong headhunters or they can go directly to the
yes,
website?
There are headhunters. I can assume, yeah, they have also seek more of a knowledge, because they give knowledge and support of any talents out there, right? Yes, there are a lot of recruitment agencies and headhunters and executive search firms that provides these services to companies like us and other companies as well. That's one avenue where you can be seen, and when you can tap that, you can ask for, are there any opportunities? Another avenue is, of course, the web, right? But I think the best for me so far, and that's what's good about being in different industries and being in different companies and knowing more people, is network.
Yeah, kasi
you have to network.
Oo. Yeah. And ano ang mga shift, mga working shift ng ating shared services?
Like any other, well, it depends on the regions that you serve. So it's basically 3 shifts, right? You have the usual day shift, the mid shift, and the evening shift. If the shared service here is catering to North America or Europe or even Asia.
So it's pwede kang mamili or kung ano yung naka-assign sa'yo. Halimbawa, ako yung mag-a-apply, gusto ko day shift lang ako. Pwede mo bang i-demand yun as an applicant?
When you apply, and they tell you what shift that position will be in, it's a choice, right? Okay? So that's why when it's operational and you're inside, then suddenly you initially applied for a day shift and then you're asked to move to a evening shift, there are appropriate compensation. Now, it's again a choice. Right? Yeah. It's always a choice. You can always say no, you can always say yes. It's not the same, I'm sorry, I hate it because they forced me. No, I mean, the company would be very fair if they need to move you, unless nga it was initially proposed and you said yes. One should be very conscious about this, because I also had experiences where they applied for a night shift and then suddenly complaining after.
Oo, so paano ba yung mga ganitong situation?
Well, it has to be very clear to start, and it has to be reiterated when the issue comes in.
Oh, kasi sa interview pa lang, for sure na-discuss na itong mga requirements.
Your location, your shift, and so on. Are you up for it? And it takes, you just don't take their answers for what it is. You also have to know, to observe if they feel like they're just after the job for the sake of after the job. So, for the listeners, they should also know how to respect, because the company, when it started, needs to also respect the employees' rights and choices.
Okay, so ayan, sa mga gusto po ulit mag-text sa 0998-975-1368 at sa ating live stream www.radiouno.com.ph. At sa pagbabalik po ulit natin, pag-uusapan po natin yung mga job openings at ano pa ba yung mga nag-iintay na possibility sa shared services, kasi sobrang ang dami nating pag-uusapan pa later. We still have more time, so magbabalik po ang Let's Talk About Career.
Ang larong minahal ni Lolo't ni Lola, Nanay at 80 taon nang nagbibigay ligaya sa mga Pilipino. And for the new generation, introducing the Mini Sweepstakes Game. Ang 5 piso mo may chance ang manalo ng 80,000 pesos sa monthly Mini Sweepstakes draws ng PCSO. Dito sa Mini Sweepstakes Game, 5 piso mo maipanalo. Tickets are now available at the PCSO main office, all PCSO branches, sweepstakes agents, and selected lotto outlets nationwide.
Okay, who wants to solve the problem on the board? Sige, Zamora, to the board.
Ay, sorry! Aray, kamay ko! Sorry, excuse me!
Maraming lugar sa bansa siksikan sa classroom. Kaya ang PAGCOR, katuwang ng gobyerno, ay naglaan ng 5 bilyong piso para magpatayo ng mga classrooms para di na magsiksikan ang mga estudyante. PAGCOR, building lives that build the nation.
Capital Broadcasting Center. DZME 1530. Ang Radyo Uno. Alamin ang mga naaangkop na propesyong tatahakin base sa inyong kaalaman at hilig. Career orientation you shouldn't miss in pursuing your dreams. Let's talk about career. Natatanging career orientation na tutulong para sa tamang pagpili ng kurso at propesyon. Let's talk about career. Libreng pagbibigay ng on-the-job training sa mga piling propesyon. Makibahagi. Let's talk about career.
Okay, nagbabalik po ulit tayo sa Let's Talk About Career. Ako pa rin si Rod Magaru at kasama pa rin natin ang Associate Director ng Procurement Shared Services Center, si Miss Zelle Ochoco Laceda. At ngayon, meron tayong i-discuss, Miss Zelle, tungkol sa shared services and BPO. So,
Yes.
ano ba itong mga opportunities na meron tayo ngayon?
Okay, so like what I said earlier, there are a lot of avenues and where they can look for a job,
Yeah.
shared service. Just Google it and they can see all
Nasa
this.
online siya lahat, no?
Yes, I think everything is online. Even the shared
Everything's online.
service, they put everything online. So it's no more those
secret.
job street, paper.
Hindi na siya yung katulad na manual and
Bibili ka pa ng
the
dyaryo dati.
usual classified ads,
Yeah.
no?
So it's an easy access. But again, it's networking. Bring yourself out there and know more people. And it's another avenue, no? It's not really constraining.
So, what's next for shared services?
Okay, now like what I said, around 2006 when I started, and some companies have started the shared services earlier than that, we've established that Manila, the Philippines, has been providing very good BPO, BPO services. Aside from the talents, the English language use, and fluency, we've established quite an area of opportunities for other companies to look into the Philippines. We've had that in different locations in Manila, in Metro Manila, like in Pasig, in Makati, in Taguig, in Quezon City, and so on. Now they're expanding to the other areas or provincial. You've heard about Dumaguete, Bacolod, and now in Cebu, it's now one of
growing,
sometimes most of it's considered as a backup location, for shared service. So why is the shared service operation model becoming to be a very good industry right now and a good operating model? And this is supported by a lot of interest across the globe in this kind of model. They have been establishing shared services even in their own continent. Diba? You heard about in India, you heard about in Budapest, in America. They even do their own shared service in China. So it's really a good model. Now,
Sige, pag-usapan natin yun.
So I'm one of the speakers for the Shared Services Outsourcing Network.
Okay.
It's an organization that brings in BPO experts together, and then we share best practices, and we also collaborate with other industries to either come up with solutions or share information and
So, yung mga
get more
best
knowledge.
practices.
Exactly. Now they're coming here. There's a conference that will be held in Manila, in Cebu, this February.
Okay.
And this is for the reason that they want to again establish that Cebu is another hub for a good BPO and shared service environment. No? So there will be a lot of companies coming in, such as Lexmark, Daimler, QBE, HP will be there. from different delegates from different countries flying in to Cebu. And what will be happening there is more of there will be case studies, workshops, conferences, panel discussions, and speakers that will be sharing their own experiences. You know, it's really more of how can you help me? What can you advise to me as a shared service leader? How can I make this work? You know, whether you're situated in Cebu or in other countries, it's really quite a sharing. And this is how the seriousness of the shared service model is becoming very aggressive and very rampant now in the whole global global atmosphere. And opportunities, like what you say, career opportunities, is telling the listeners right now there are many companies interested in this conference, and it's just a good indication that more opportunities are coming into Manila. I mean, in the Philippines, in Cebu.
Promise, no?
For sure, right? They won't be interested in this. So, I would like to invite most of your listeners who are again in the shared service profession or BPO to try to look into the BPO SSON Cebu Summit this February 9 to 11. So it will be held at the Cebu City Marriott Hotel.
Okay.
And then what you will get out of this is that it will provide you a chance to learn first-hand information from leading shared services experts around the world on different industries. And if you also want to compare your performance or do a benchmarking, that's also a venue to go to. And if you're looking into, as an expert, how can you expand? What other possible process that you can put in a shared service? That's a good one. See, it's opening more jobs and opportunities. So one has to be very conscious and very, there has to be an intention. So I'd like to invite everyone and experts out there and managers to join this. And it's a good forum. There's as you can see, this is a good time to take opportunity that the BPO industry is expanding aggressively. Like right now, from the facts that we got from the BPO figures, there's expanding in an average of 20% annually.
Wow.
There's our employment in the Philippines has reached up to 11% from 2013, so the 1 million mark in mid-2014 alone. So very aggressive employment. Yeah. And the Philippines made it. 7 cities out of the top 100 is already part of being recognized as the top outsourcing destination. So we are really out there, the Philippines. Yeah.
Ang galing.
And it has been forecasted by 2016 there's about $25 billion, and it continued to increase to $48 billion of funding.
So marami
here.
talagang jobs, no?
Marami. And it's being recognized even by the different chambers of commerce and industry that majority of businesses has been relocated now to the Philippines because of talents, right? And expertise and fluency. And so I could speak lengthily about this, but because of the interest of time, I just want to say, for those who are very interested, there's an SSON workshop.
Oo, so maganda talaga tong workshop na to kasi mas-showcase kung ano talaga yung pwedeng mga opportunities talaga in shared services. At saka yung, for example, for ako, how to expand yung mga
how to set up.
Yan. So, isi-share lahat yan ng ayan ako. So, hindi naman pala mahirap hanapin yung mga information na yan. So, that would be on
February 9 to 11. The venue is the Cebu City Marriott Hotel. And if you like, you can visit the website.
Yan, ano yung website pala?
SSON Network, or you can Google Shared Services Outsourcing Network Cebu. And all the details, the brochures can be downloaded from there, and you will see all the details of the topics that will be discussed, conferences, panel discussions, case studies, and so on and so forth.
Sobrang dami pala
Sobrang
pag-uusapan.
dami. Yeah.
So, kaya siya more than around 2 to 3 days ba yan, no?
Yes, 2 to 3 days, and about 60 delegates will be there. International delegates. So it's really a good
pwede pa
conference.
sila mag-accommodate ng mga locals na local managers and
so
companies.
all the details will be in the website.
Ayan. Ako, so nandun ka din, ikaw ay
yes, I'll be speaking.
Isa sa mga speaker.
I'll be one of the speakers, and I'll be talking about procure to pay. So you understand procure to pay. Yes.
So yan, ako, abangan nyo si Miss Zelle sa SSO sa Cebu. At saka, ngayon naman, ang pag-uusapan natin is kapag ba tumagal, ito kasi napag-usapan natin kanina, yung job hopper. Kasi, etong pag natutunan nila yung mga shared services na to, ang tendency is to jump from one services to another.
Okay.
How is the company look at the job hoppers?
Well, okay, there's really no hard rule about you have to stay 3 years at the minimum and so on and so forth. I don't personally, I don't believe in that, no. I believe in creating opportunities. Okay, if the company is able, and I speak for shared services companies here, if they really value their talents, they give opportunities for intentions of their employees to grow there.
Yeah.
So if they expand, they give opportunities and so on. So it's not like complacent ka as a company. I'm sorry, these are the only process. No. You also have to, like, if you attend the conference, know more about the process that you can do, and then you expand to other services, and you can give that as a career ladder to your existing talents, right? Another thing is job hopping. Kasi when you're job hopping, what is the reason why you're job hopping? That's the first question. If it's because it's money, then you say it's a job hopper, right? You're a job hopper. But it's because there's an opportunity. My personal development is this. I want to get to that kind of exposure. It's not present in my current company.
Yeah.
It's valid.
Magandang
I
yun,
should
nasagot
say.
sa interview. Kasi yun naman talaga yung yung pwede mo
Yes,
masabi.
yes. So if it's like I'm hopping because I don't like what I do, I'm bored, then I question you. You're supposed to own your career development, right? You don't expect your manager to tell you you'll be like this after. So if you're bored, meaning I question. Also, when you're here and you get to do this for 6 months, you'll get bored as well. So for me, in my team, there's no such sense as boredom. I question that a lot. And my team is probably listening right now. No, there's just no boring time. They are able to create opportunities, but as a management, you have to support that. They get themselves involved in project management, they travel, but they do migration.
Yeah.
They are not just doing one thing. They need to do other projects. So it's expanding their knowledge and their focus. So it's more pleasing for them, no?
Yeah. At saka ang mga shared services management naman, open siya sa one-on-one. So
yes,
there is no reason for you to
be fair. But to be fair for the team members, no, for the members. I guess more than the responsibility lies also on the management. More than anything else, it's the people manager, it's the operation, the shared service manager who takes the bulk, because he or she is in a position to know all this and to strategize and to make things happen, or probably ask higher management support. So if you're a good manager and you're handling people very well, you give them ideas, not necessarily dictating, give them ideas because they need guidance. So where do you get that? You have to have a good people manager that knows shared services, that also knows operations, but best of all, knows about people management. Effective one. Else you lose your talents.
So yun nga, pero sa palagay mo, bakit may mga umaalis pa rin sa shared services despite the whole growth and development?
Culture. Yes. I've seen that. Sometimes, even if the pay is good, the company is good, but the culture is bad. They don't get along well with people, they don't go along well with their managers, they leave, and they really don't care, even if they don't have any job. You've seen that probably. It's the culture you set. So who set the culture? It's management also first, but not only management. So it also needs a cooperation from the team. It's a whole environment. It's like, how do you set it up?
So nababago ba to? Pwede bang ma-alter itong culture na set up na siya? 'Di ba minsan it's there, parang it's the people who's in there.
Yes. It can be altered. A change of management can alter the whole culture. I've seen that as well. And a change of management for a better one, it can change the culture too. So it can be changed. Anyway, it's always change, right? That's why there's such thing as change management right now. People knows about this change management because there's always gonna be changes. So yes, it can be altered, and it can be repaired, and it can be better. So, again, people managers and whoever is on top.
So talagang kailangan ng mga
right
managers who handles teams, big teams, kailangan ma-expose sila dito sa people management.
Yes, there's no. When people ask me about my people management philosophy, I cannot tell them exactly a black and white approach.
Yeah.
I guess the only thing I tell them, as a people manager, you always have, for me, I always apply the one basic rule, and it's very basic. You have to have a good intention. good, clear intention that you are with these people, you are with a team, your team, and you want everything to be good, to be a good experience. But I take more of the adjustments because I'm in a position where I can decide.
Yeah.
They're not. So, given that power, as you say, diba? When you have more power, you have more responsibility and so on, how do you make do of that, no? And make the whole environment for your team pleasant, happy, a nice place to work for. How do you do that? So it's again, and my basic what is your intention? It always has to be a good one, and everything else will follow. Good intention.
Ayun, ako, ang dami natin na pag-usapan ngayon. Maraming salamat kay Miss Zelle, Ochoco, Laceda, at sa mga nakikinig po sa atin at saka gusto pong mag-shift hindi naman mag-shift ng career or sa mga merong sa palagay nyo mag-expand at sa mga fresh graduates natin or graduating student, ito pwede nyo pong hanapin sa online ng mga shared services companies kung saan talagang ang dami na alam mo, hindi ko na nga like ako, example, pwedeng kung nag-a-apply ako ng trabaho at makikita ko, hindi ko na kailangan bumili pa ng newspaper on a Sunday.
No.
Dahil web-based na lahat ng mga openings natin.
Referrals You have friends on a shared service, they usually help you out, and shared services even give referral fees.
Yan.
Diba?
Speaking of referral fees, so, halimbawa, meron kayong mga kaibigan na nag-work na sa shared services, akala mo lang, hindi naman sa gusto ko nilang tulungan, pero meron silang benefit din na nakukuha. Kasi,
win-win, diba?
Bakit nga ba ito naging uso rin sa shared services?
Because actually, it's cheaper than getting a headhunter.
No? Kasi
and also, it's a good move actually because for example, your employee is looking for talents, no? And at the back of his mind, he has a referral fee. That's good because he is also marketing your company very well.
Yeah.
Because first-hand information, he's working there. So it's a good strategy actually.
Ako marami-rami na ako referral.
And it's a better environment when you're working with friends.
Yeah, parang professional na kayo lahat, sama-sama kayo lahat. Pero meron daw iba, pag ayaw na nila sa company, i-hire nila yung friends nila para doon na sila.
Yeah, sometimes it's a good, you don't need that much background investigation. Sometimes I do that also, good reference, because it's hard to really find talents. As much as it's hard to look for a job, diba? You look for where can I find opportunities in the shared center. Same from the shared center, where can I find the right talent?
Kasi ngayon gaano ba kabilis pala din ang hiring process ng shared services?
Well, again, it depends on the company, but depending on the urgency, sometimes it takes about a month. From the time they interview you, about a week concentrated interviewing you, then another week getting the job offer approved, then the diligence of another week, and then after, maybe it takes 60 days. I peg about 60 to 90 because of all the work that needs to be done. You have the negotiation, and you have the approval, then the diligence background investigation, medical check.
Yeah.
And then after he or she accept the job offer, he will have to give a 30-day notice at the least. Sometimes 60 days.
Kasi,
I buffer about 90 days. So I would say it takes about 90 days to get you on board, but a month to process the whole job offer.
So sa mga nagbabalak o mag-apply at mga nag-a-apply, naghahanap ng trabaho, I'm sure one time in your life na encounter nyo na ang shared services. So probably kapag sa palagay nyo ay shared services na yung in-applyan nyo, ay i-push nyo na yung At saka nasabi nga ni Miss Zelle kanina na hindi mo kailangang i-target agad na shared services kung ikaw ay isang estudyante pa lang. So kung ano yung interest mo naman na talaga, yun talaga yung una mong dapat na isipin. Pero beforehand talaga nabanggit mo rin, tama ka na wala pa talagang shared services. Parang wala tayong idea kung puro usual, wala tayong...
Hindi pa siya well promoted.
So,
especially for other companies. For multinational, most of them know about shared service. But there are still people who ask about it. It's just basically one big organization, one big department of an expertise, of a skill. It's basically not different from any department.
So, nakakatulong ba ang LinkedIn sa shared services?
It's another web
profiling,
method, right? LinkedIn, it's another networking. So you have your Facebook account, you have your LinkedIn account, because it can help. Yeah.
So, okay. Ayan, maraming salamat again, Miss Zelle, Laceda, dito sa ating talakayan about shared services. Naku, wala na po tayong oras ngayon, pero sa susunod po na Sabado ay magdidiscuss ulit kami ng bagong industry. Pero right now, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm so happy that you're here to discuss natin tong shared services at marami ulit natutunan ng ating mga tagapakinig. At sa susunod na Sabado po ulit, magkita-kita po tayo. Ako po si Rod Magaru at in behalf of Grace Nicolas, ito po ang Let's Talk About Career. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yay! Tapos na.
Tanging career orientation na tutulong para sa tamang pagpili ng kurso at propesyon. Let's talk about career.
Ang larong minahal ni Lolo't ni Lola, Nanay at